Okay, let me try this again. Hello, everyone. How are you? This is the TERRAN LAMP SHOw, Season 7, Episode number 11. Thank you so much for joining me today. I truly appreciate it. We are normally here we're normally here on Tuesdays. Hey, Jordy. Hey, Janine. We're normally here on Tuesdays at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. But today we are here on Mondays. So I have a special guest today that I wanted to bring in. And tomorrow, we won't have a show tomorrow. But we are here today. Hey, Jordy again. So thank you so much for joining me. Again, this is the TERRAN LAMP SHOw. We're usually here on Tuesdays at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Make sure you are liking the channel, following us on YouTube. Follow I Am TERRAN LAMP on YouTube to see prior episodes and to also see my cat stories. For most of you who know me know that I love my little cats. Hey, Stephanie. Follow me on YouTube at I Am TERRAN LAMP. Let me see, Tyra. I'll try to request you. Tyra, make sure your profile is public. I don't know if it's public or not. I know since we're friends, I don't know. But make sure your profile is public, so I will request you in. And guys, I'm going to put the Cash App in my comments here. So my Cash App is this. And please make sure that if you donate to the Cash App, just know it is a good, kind offering, not an official 501c3, but money from donated to the Cash App. Put Survivor in the comments, and that money goes directly to a heart disease or cancer patient in need. I take that directly to the hospital and pay off a bill with it. We've been able to pay off 2 bills so far in the duration of this show, so I'm so excited about that. Again, make sure you're sharing this channel, liking this channel, and if you'd like to be a guest, I would love to have you. Hello. Tyra?
Hi.
How are you?
Hi, TERRAN. How are you?
Good. Let me see you. Let me see.
Can you see me?
Yeah.
I can't. Is that okay?
Do you have a light? Can you turn on a light?
Let me see if I can get a brighter light. Hold on.
Yeah. So everybody, this is the TERRAN LAMP SHOw. Make sure you are liking, following, subscribing. Join us on YouTube at I Am TERRAN LAMP. You can also join us on Apple Podcasts at the TERRAN LAMP SHOw. And that's my Cash App I put in the comments. When you give to the Cash App, it is a kind offering, love out of the kindness of your heart. It's not an official 501c3. Put Survivor in the comments, and those funds go directly to pay a heart disease or cancer patient still in need. Hi, Yash.
Is that better?
A little bit.
Sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. I can still see you.
All
so,
right.
how are you? Happy birthday.
Just being the busybody that I am, just excited about new things going on, new adventures that I'm eventually taking on, pretty much. The growth from the last time that we spoke, let's see. Not long after that, I came across new resources as in a paid gig. I didn't tell you about that. So I'm really excited about.
Nice.
Doing cover songs. So basically with that entails a lot of work. Okay. That entails things that I need to get. I need to get equipment. That takes time. I'm not going to rush this. There's no need to rush it.
So wait a minute. Hold on just a second. Go back and tell us a little bit about what you do so everybody can kind of catch it. Because I know, but they don't know.
Okay. I've been singing since I was 7 years old. It is something that's just a part of who I am. Music is a part of who I am. My father's a musician. I started singing in the church when I was 7 years old. That's not just the only part of me, but it's something that it's just there. It's not going away. So it's a gift I know that I have. And it makes me feel really good about me. Pretty much it hasn't been on a big spectrum, but I've done the work. I've put in the work that I felt that I need to put in. And we start from junior choir, Ebenezer Baptist Church, Hobbs, New Mexico. We start there. We start with my dad being a musician and just being around the whole scene of that. When your dad is friends, you know, friends in the industry as of Sammy Hagar, ZZ Top. And these are people that he's actually worked with and so forth. So I'm that kid. I'm that kid.
So I feel like it's kind of like they say in your blood, right?
It definitely is. It sure is. I love music. I found myself writing at times, but I haven't written songs in some time, but that's okay. It's something that you just don't stop. You have to build that craft every day, no matter what you're doing, whether you're doing something around the house or you're driving or just anything. I find myself doing something every day when it comes to singing or you know, singing a song that I know or finding new music or old music that I haven't heard in a while. With that said,
what would you say then with music? Because I hear this from people a lot. What would you say as an artist gives you inspiration?
Life, the life that I have lived, the things that I have experienced as a woman, as a Black woman, as a mom, as a wife. Life. Because tomorrow is not promised to us. So I reference sometimes, or like the last time that we had the interview, I said COVID changed some things mentally for a lot of us, right? Well, towards the end of last year, I had COVID for the first time. And it was just one of those experiences where I said to myself, unbelievable, just the unbelievable pain that I was in, I guess. I was scared. It was a scary close to 2 good weeks. And I had to pull myself together with family, medicine, whatever it was I needed and so forth to get myself together. But it did something mentally to me.
Yeah.
It gave me even more drive and more push to take care of myself better, even more, eating healthier, just doing different aspects of things for me. Because if I want to pursue this, I have to take care of myself. Do you see what I'm saying?
Would you say that time changed the way that changed, how do I want to say this? Kind of like I said, changed your inspiration, or changed the way you give or receive music, or, you know, like, did it change any of that stuff?
All of the above, Taryn. I want to say maybe all of the above. I know that we have one body, one sound, one mind, and you take things day by day. But for me, it's goal oriented. It's a vision. It's something that I have always as a kid. It's like I put it in my mind, I envision it, and I make it happen. And that has happened over and over again for me, just because maybe the time period that I grew up with. I'm a 70s baby.
Yeah.
We got the beginning, the end of something into something new. And that something new, I think, was just my idea of loving people. Just the whole broad aspect of, I grew up in a time, it was peace. I was born in 73. People's minds were changing. The world was changing. And therefore, the upbringing that I had versus anything that I've experienced has given me that motivation till now, to this day. October 14th, I just celebrated my 49th birthday.
Oh, happy birthday again.
And just life itself has given me a broad perspective that I know that I have purpose. I know
so
that
talk about, because I also put, you know, mom, artist, multifaceted. So talk about some of the obstacles that have been in your way as you've been, not just through COVID, but just kind of like, you know, figuring that thing we call life out and how you're putting it into the world.
Sure.
What are some obstacles that have presented themselves?
Sure. And I say they're obstacles because I'm just the type of person who, something comes along, I place it in front of me, and it's like, let's figure this out. Things have always been figured out some kind of way. It may have not been the way that I thought, but something has always been figured out in the sense of, we're going to get this done. We got this. But, you know, being a mom, I have teenagers, and, you know, just the whole thing with the teenagers, the angst, the teenage angst, or whatever you want to call that. But they're learning things in life. I'm trying to bring my kids up to work hard in this world, to be good people, to be good to themselves.
Yeah.
Of themselves, to work hard. Both of my babies have jobs right now. I have a 14-year-old. He has a job, and my son, he's 15. He has a job as well. And I just want to instill in them to take pride in everything that they do, from the time they wake up to the time they go to bed. Take pride in yourself and the things that you've accomplished for that day and whatnot, and whatever you need to accomplish for the next day, and plan ahead, and let's move forward and let's get it.
Do you think you've taught them to be multifaceted like yourself?
Yes, they have no other choice. Tyron and Joyce have no other choice. It was just basically how I was raised, and it's just the fact that I think they realize, being who they are, they will come across difficulties because of their race, because of their skin color, and I'm just getting them ready for the world. Do you see what I'm saying? Get my babies ready for the world.
And they are. Well, I know one of them, so I'm assuming the other one's just like the one I know. So
yeah. Yes, Miss Justice. Yes,
she's doing it big in the Big Apple, so she's doing it.
Yes, and I'm proud of her. So happy for her. Definitely.
She's doing her thing, has her business, and beautiful and talented. I always just, when I see her, you know, she is just gorgeous, and she's just a beautiful breath of fresh air.
Yes, she's a light in this world. The thing with Justice, Tyron and Joyce, my younger two, they didn't have the opportunity to be around certain family members by the time second babies got here. So Justice was around unique individuals. She was around beautiful people. Justice was around hardworking people. I don't know what else to say. She's a beautiful person inside and out, and I just tried to do the best I could. So yeah, and I'm striving that with both of my younger children as well. You know, whatever it is you desire in your heart, it doesn't have to be one thing. I know that I'm skilled at many things, and people look at me funny when I've said, I've done this, I've done this. I've been a case manager for the homeless. I've helped homeless clients get benefits, Social Security benefits, helped them with housing. I've been a youth corrections officer at one time, working for the Department of Human Services, and going to school full time at the same time, being a mom and getting
and that's
gigs.
A lot.
Getting gigs here and there at festivals, any type of gig I can get, I was there. I was
but
doing
you know, it's just one of my favorite quotes, and you guys, this is the TERRAN LAMP Show, season 7, episode 11. Please make sure you are liking the page, following on YouTube at I Am TERRAN LAMP. I'm trying to get the show to YouTube, so I need to build up my YouTube following. So you guys, if you could like my YouTube channel, subscribe to my YouTube channel, that would be great, at I Am TERRAN LAMP, and then Apple Podcasts as well. I was gonna say, like, yeah, like it's tough, right? But one of my favorite quotes is, hustle beats talent when talent doesn't hustle.
Definitely.
Like, you know what, we've got to get out there, and we've got to hustle, right? Like, you have the combo of talent and hustle. That's where it's at, right? But if you just have talent and you don't have any hustle, I'm not sure, you know?
Exactly.
Hustle beats talent when talent doesn't hustle. And,
Definitely.
you know, when you're out there, like you said, let's get it. It's like, that's what it's about, right? Like,
yes.
You always may not be I always, you know, think to myself, I'm like, I'm not a genius. I may not be the sharpest tool in the shed or whatever they call it, but I certainly know how to hustle. And like you said, when you know how to do that, I can run
away from you what you know. No one can take away your experiences. No one can take away from you any type of education that you've had regarding yourself. No one can take away the fact that I was a mom at one time in my life. And I think about it, it's like, wow, you know, getting up early, getting Justice ready for school, driving down Colfax, getting on campus to get her in daycare because she was going to school on daycare, getting her to daycare, hustling, paying that fee so I could park my car, run into class, get into class on time, so forth. It was a grind. Plus, I worked on campus at the same time, still trying to figure out, is there a gig I can get this weekend and so forth. It's always been that way, but I had a little quiet time for a few years because I was a stay-at-home at one time. I was a stay-at-home mom for 10 years with Tyron and Joyce because I felt that's what they needed. That's what my children needed. I needed to be with them. I needed to make sure that I was taking care of them. So I was blessed to do that. I've been through so many experiences that you would be like, Tara, okay, alrighty then. But I'm here and I'm blessed. It's my faith that I have in God. It's the faith that I have in myself. It's the faith that I have in my family, my children, and just the whole positive frequency that I'm trying to give out as far as me being on social media.
You pass that along, right? Like it's something I always think about myself, and I think the same with you. What you're saying and what you're describing, it's like it doesn't leave you. You know what I mean? You're always going to be that. You're always going to be this. No matter what life comes your way or brings your way, you know what I mean? You're always going to be, and you're going to know how to get it, right? And I was just having a conversation the other day, and I don't know this because I'm not an expert in whatever this is, but I don't think you can teach that, right? You just have it. I don't know. Maybe you guys can comment and let me know. Is that hustle teachable? I guess maybe it could be. But I think when you have it and you know it.
That's definitely yes, ma'am. Definitely. Yes.
So I do. I guess I might have to say I don't know if it's teachable or not, but I just know when it's when you have it, and
definitely.
I think it's going to always be me. And you have to. I'm the type of person you literally have to. It has to be something major to get me to not stop, or to get me to stop, if you will.
Yes.
So I can appreciate that in yourself because I feel like that's now. My question to you though is, and my question to myself is, when is it time some days for Tyra to rest? Or is it ever? Well, it is. So when do you find that time?
I have my times. Say if the kids are in school and whatnot, I could be at work or whatnot. I could be off, and I make sure I take those times, those me times, those girly times, those facial times, those shampoo days, those chilling out days, or maybe evening time. I'll have my wine and whatnot. I try not to overwhelm myself mentally with things because I've had a tendency to do that, and I've had to, step back and tell myself, simmer down now. It's all right. Tomorrow is a new day and we'll go from there. But I think that's very important. I think I've always known to do that, to take the time for yourself. Along with that, it would make sense because of who I am and the things that I've done. When I was in college, I studied psychology. So I'm that person who's always wanted to go deeper into the mind and so forth. I mean, these are things that, Terran, that I sometimes forget. Who forgets that they went to college to study psychology? Who forgets that they went to college and also studied human services along with at-risk youth? I've done a lot in my life, and I am still doing things in my life that makes me feel proud of just being here, just existing. What is my purpose? The purpose for human services, the mission statement was helping others. I've always done that. But this is one of those things where it's like, Tara, you have a gift. You have a purpose. What you gonna do?
Yeah, and I think that's important to know because, God gives us these gifts, right? And we have to kind of figure out what they are. But one, we have to use them, and I think that actually took me a minute to understand. I tell people, often, you guys, this is the TERRAN LAMP Show, by the way, season 7, episode 11. Make sure you're liking, following, subscribing, all that good stuff.
Oh, Tara. Hi.
Hello. So I think it took a long time for me to discover. So I don't know, it didn't take a long time for me to discover my gift per se, because actually, funny enough, I have the gift of gab. But I will say that I tell people this story all the time, and I was just showing someone the other day, when I was young, like in elementary school, I got that I talked too much. I always used to get negatives on my report card for talking too much. And now that's what I do for a living, is talk.
It
And
makes sense.
it's just so interesting the way that used to be such a negative thing in my brain. And
That it led to
and
something.
now I get paid to talk and ask questions all day.
Yes,
I mean,
yes,
I'm in
yes.
sales, and that's what I get paid to do.
Mm-hmm.
And even doing my show, and I hope that it's a gift to people as they connect with other people and they share, and everybody shares their stories. And I hope this show is a gift to people. Whereas
It
in my
definitely.
younger ages, I was getting negatives on my report card, or it was satisfactory minuses back.
Okay.
And I have report cards I have pictures of them to prove that that's true.
Wow.
And now I turned that gift around, and I
That's
learned
right.
this is probably my gift to the world
Yes.
is the gift of gab, and sharing people's stories like yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So just interesting to see how our turn
Yes.
into. We need to use them, I guess, is not be afraid to use them.
Mm-hmm. That's definitely correct.
Do you think you were ever afraid to use any of your gifts, specifically your gift of singing?
No. Mm-mm. No.
It always,
I say that because I've always been the person to say, when I moved to Denver, Colorado, 96, I think I was pretty much out the gate. By springtime, I want to say I moved to Denver in 96, January. By springtime, I was already finding out where the festivals were, what's the entertainment and so forth. I'm new to Denver, Colorado, but I'm
Mhm.
finding out where's the festivals. I've sang at Black Arts Festivals, been on those stages and so forth. But it's time to elevate. It's time to do some other stuff. Come on now, Tyra, what you waiting for? But these are things that I've always pursued in a sense. At one time, I was going to a huge church in Denver, joined the choir. I've always tried to stay consistent with it no matter what. Even when I was a stay-at-home mom for 10 years, my babies will tell you now, Mama be singing. Mama's singing right now. It's just who I am. I cannot leave this earth knowing that I didn't push that. Do you see what I'm
Mm.
saying? With being on IG is giving me that broad spectrum, and I'm not afraid. I've never been afraid. I used to be a cheerleader. I was a cheerleader from junior high to college. I'm not afraid of people. I'm not afraid to talk to people. I'm not afraid to talk in front of people. You're a cheerleader. Had to do the minutes in church at my church. Had to teach Sunday school. Had to get up in the pulpit and do the minutes of the church. Had to sing my solos in church. I'm good with this. This is my lane. This makes me feel good.
See, I was the opposite. So I was afraid. I got to say, I was afraid because it was always so negative. It was always such a, oh my gosh, you have any questions, or oh my gosh, you talk too much, and oh gosh. And so I got into this part of me where I was like, yeah, I can't ask any questions, and I can't talk a lot because people, that was a negative to
Wow.
as a kid. I mean, not like my parents didn't say that, but I'm just saying I remember those report cards where it was like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
you ask too many questions, and you do this and you do that with talking. And now I'm like, man.
Isn't it funny how life has that circle?
Yeah.
Uh, your purpose as well with that, as you're saying that. Do you see what I'm saying? It's that purpose. And it's surfaced into something so wonderful and beautiful. And it's like, Terran is here. Miss Terran
Yeah.
Lamp is here. Yes, she is. Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
But I was unlike yourself. I was like, I got to admit, I was a little afraid to figure out,
Mm-hmm.
to kind of do that. Now, when I got time to start the show, I wasn't afraid of that. I'd already gotten over it by that age, but there was a time where,
Mm-hmm.
it was like, oh Lord, I don't want to be thought of as that person. But
Mm-hmm.
anyway, I kind of, like we talked about, moved past it. So
Right.
we got about 5 minutes left, guys. Again, this is the TERRAN LAMP SHOw, Season 7, Episode number 11. We have Miss Tyra on with us today. She is a mom, an entrepreneur, an artist. I call her multifaceted because I feel like she's kind of, she hustles. And I'm digging that. I'm digging it. But her main source, if you will, Tyra, of joy is singing. She loves it. She loves to share it. and she's kind of learned that that's her purpose and serving others through singing. So
Yes, I'm
I
getting ready to do that. It's going to take a little more time, and that's fine. I don't want to rush it. But I'm getting ready to start singing in some well-known establishments, paid gigs. That's where I'm starting with this, and we'll go from there.
yeah,
Yes, there could be other things that I could be doing to show my gift and whatnot, but I feel like that avenue, that's the way I want to take it. Anybody can, yeah, I can just do a video and sing a song and so forth, but I'm coming at it different. This is my way. This is my angle of doing it. This is what I feel. This is gonna make me go the way I need Tyra to go.
right.
I'm anybody else. I'm figuring this out all on my own. I've always been the type of individual, you say the word networking. I've always had my ways of networking and so forth. You have to open your mouth. You have to communicate. The creativity comes with that. I love the creativity part of it because that could be all over the place. But when you get it figured out, it's like, this is wonderful. And I'm just ready for that vision, that thing that's been in my head to come into play, to say, oh, I'm doing this, what I was thinking. So I'm just ready for this. I'm definitely ready. But yes, if you don't mind.
Born ready.
Um,
You were born ready.
It won't be long. It won't be long. Ooh, thank you, Taryn.
Oh, here's a question for you. You see that? Which vocalist influenced you the most?
Oh my God. Woo! It's hard to say, but I gotta give it to my girl, Whitney. Shaka Khan is number 2, but I love Whitney. I just connected with her. Yet I grew up in a time, Shaka Khan, Aretha Franklin, and this is me as a little girl singing for my grandma, singing, Aretha Franklin and Tina Turner. But I just connected to Whitney. I just loved her.
That's a good one. Rest in peace, Whitney.
So sad that she's not here. I could cry.
I
loved Whitney Houston.
She gone too soon, gone too soon. Yeah, that's a good one. We get some claps on that one. So, you guys, we are about finished here. This is the TERRAN LAMP SHOW Season 7, episode number 11. Again, we are on YouTube at I Am TERRAN LAMP. Please make sure you're subscribing. I'm trying to take the show to YouTube soon. Please make sure you're following Tyra as well for her upcoming events and things she has in the upcoming Q4 in 2023. Beautiful gift. I know, right? I agree. I totally agree. And so this is the last question I ask every guest. And like I said, and when I was coming on earlier, for those who know me, know I have these cats. I don't know if I want to call myself a cat lady quite yet, but I like cats. I like animals, but right now I have a cat and I save cats in my backyard. I know, guys, that's a whole nother show itself, but you can check out my YouTube channel and see all the ways I'm saving cats too. So, but you know what they say about cats and curiosity. So Tyra, what final question are you curious about?
Oh, goodness. Let's see. I am curious. I said I was curious about the future. I am curious about the aftermath of it all. Say when this gets going, because it's going. I'm excited about it. But where am I going to go from there? After I get done what I need to, once everything falls into place, there, I'm like, what's that other door that's going to be open? I know it's going to be something big. I know it is. I feel it in my heart. I feel it in my soul because of who I am. I'm not here to play. I am not here to play. I'm a child of so much love. I'm a child of so much love, of determination. I just know that I have a purpose and I'm here to share my gift in the most positive way I can. Sharing myself is one thing, but at the same time, if I'm here to show my purpose, it has to be something good. I'm not here for anything ugly or negative because that's not who I am. But I just want to show who I am as Tyra LaKay in my gifts and my love and my kindness to others, to the world.
Well, we are curious to see too where that goes. So
You.
I know I'll be keeping in contact with you, and you have, you know, we'll go back and kind of a where are they now a little bit later. So guys, we are 1 minute over. Thank you so much for joining me. This is the TERRAN LAMP Show, season 7, episode number 11. Again, make sure you are joining us on IG Live. Please make sure you go to my YouTube channel and subscribe at I Am TERRAN LAMP, and you can see all the prior episodes there and how I'm saving cats in my backyard. So with that said, Tyra, I'm going to give you a buzz in just a second. And everybody, be good to yourself and each other. And I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.